What's going on, guys? This is the Counter Tyrant. We made it. 10,000 views. Um, it's crazy. Broke 10,000 today. Already up 123 from that. Um, I've worked really hard on this channel. Is there room for improvement? Yes. I mean, as you can see, like, I didn't do any, like, it's been a while since I've done, like, custom, like back here, you can start this. Man, where is it? Here we go. So it's been 4 months since I've actually tried doing work. You can see, like, I just did. All I did was I just like copy and pasted from the wiki and like would make little things where it was the people set up and stuff. I plan to get back into that. I mean, my most recent accomplishments is these blind beatdowns of the Chamber of Arms. I think anyone can really do that at this point. STMR, no STMR. I mean, none of them were like. There was only one that was pretty hard. Who was it? It was. I know if I see his name, I'll like Dabih, Dabih. That guy was actually pretty hard. He's the one that's like a chess dude. Because if you beat him and one guy first, the other guy basically becomes like invincible and just like smacks you up a bunch. But yeah, so I wanted to make this video because I just wanted to talk about my experience with Final Fantasy in general. Because some of y'all may not know like where I came from, my background and stuff, what I've done in different communities and stuff like that. I started my first experiences with Final Fantasy was I had a friend in middle school that played Final Fantasy IX, and he would talk with other people about it, and he would bring like the strategy guide and stuff. So I knew the characters, but I didn't know anything about the game. I had played Pokemon, and I think that Pokemon was a really good springboard for games like Final Fantasy, just because it's like for younger kids and like you start liking RPGs, and then like maybe you played Super Mario or Mario Superstar Saga or whatever, the Super Nintendo game, Six Star Saga. I can't remember what in the world that thing was called. It was like a turn-based game, I think. I can't remember. But yeah, so you like I had experiences with that, and then Final Fantasy X came around, and my friend that played Final Fantasy IX was playing Final Fantasy X, and he was having a real hard time with Seymour 2. I feel like I can talk about spoilers. This was like 20 years ago now. No, not necessarily 20, probably 18, but still, it's a while ago. And he was having a hard time, and I was like, man, that sounds cool. And I always wanted to play it because I thought the cover was cool. I thought Titus was a really interesting character. I thought the sword was really cool, like the like CG like front cover. I don't know. I think that's when like album art, like with music and front cover art with video games. I think that's kind of. I don't want to say he's died for music per se, but for video games, I definitely feel like that culture is not there as much as it used to be. Like, when was the last time you bought a game because of the front cover looked cool? Like, and it was some new franchise, like not something that was old. Like, it's pretty rare. Usually now it's like a concept, or it's related to a game, or it's a trilogy and you have like the first one, and you want to see what happens like throughout the rest of the game. I don't know, stuff like that. But yeah, so that's been that's where my journey first started. I played 10. I played through the whole entire game. I played a bunch of the the side quests and stuff. Got like all the like crazy weapons. I never finished the Chocobo race. I never did the lightning dodge thing. Like I got to like 78 or something like that, and like something happened. I missed it. I never tried it again because it takes forever. I got pretty far in the Blitzball tournament, but I don't think I ever got that one. But I did get a lot of the crests and the sigils. So, and then I was playing like the Monster Arena, which like you go to the like monster tamer guy, and he like after you captured, quote unquote, captured specific monsters. You could fuse them together and fight monsters that were harder than like the hardest boss in the game. Like it's just like this like post game stuff that you can do. But yeah, so that's where my Final Fantasy experience really kicked off. 11 was online based, and I don't know, I didn't have a computer till I was like in 8th grade or 9th grade or something like that, and most other people did. So the idea of playing online and paying for a service and stuff, that was not in the question. Like my parents would have thought that was dumb. So I didn't play 11, and then 12 came out, and by then I was like heavily playing like games like Armored Core and stuff like that. So pretty much Final Fantasy was not like in the cards for me anymore. Like I didn't really care about it too much. I mean, I really like to this day 10's amazing. I started writing like a fanfic about like a prequel. I mean, and everyone has an idea of how they'd want a prequel to be handled. But yeah, so so that was that. And then a few years ago, I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh! This is back 2015, I think. Oh man, it can't be that. I think it was 2016. No, my son was born in 2016. Yeah, it had to have been 2015. 2015, I started selling Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Like selling out. I was a big rarity dude. As y'all can see on my channel, like I definitely can obsess over some stuff. So I was really big into high, like max rarity. And when you start talking Yu-Gi-Oh cards, that stuff gets expensive, which is actually part of the reason why I got the game, because the game just is too expensive to stay relevant. You'd spend like $300 a set, like because a card will cost $80 or something like that, and you need 3 of it, and then you're spending money left and right, and that's one card. Like forget it if like 5 or 6 relevant cards came out or changed your deck, or if you had to buy a whole new deck altogether. So there was just way too much money in that game. So anyways, I started selling out, but I was still playing like on the side, right? And I was looking for a Final Fantasy playmat, and on eBay I saw this like Final Fantasy starter deck thing. I was like, what in the world is this? And it had a release date of like August or September. So I kept an eye on it, and I like put it in my watch list or something like that, and I kept looking at it. And then I found out about Mognet, which this one guy ran, and his name was Matt, and he was importing the cards because the cards were bought up immediately. Like the first set, it was called Opus 1, was impossible to find. Cloud was like one of the chase cards in the set, obviously, because everyone loves Cloud. Like Cloud, he was like $150, $160, sometimes more, just depending on like where it was in the market. And he was buying cards from England because the distribution there was handled a little bit better, right? And so anyways, I got into that, and it was a lot cheaper game than Yu-Gi-Oh! Like when you bought a box, like you were just guaranteed foil in every pack, and if you bought 3 or 4 boxes, you pretty much had the whole set foil, and then you could trade the cards that you didn't want. I don't know, it just was it was a lot more affordable than Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! You spend like $500-$600 a set. Final Fantasy, you're spending maybe $200-$300, and you're well off. Like you're gonna be fine. And then longevity of cards was a lot longer in Final Fantasy, so there's that too, and it was more balanced. So I played that for a long time, and then around 2.5 years ago, so we're in 2020, 2017, so like mid 2017, I saw advertisements for Titus on Brave Exvius. I was like, that looks awesome, and I could use something to play in like free time, because I wasn't really playing Yu-Gi-Oh very much, and so I didn't really have a hobby at the time, because I used to do radio, I used to play a lot of music, played in bands and stuff, so I wasn't doing anything at the time. I was like, oh, this seems cool, and I got hooked. I pulled 2 Tituses and Frivia, and Frivia was like the busted unit at the time. She just came out like a month or 2 before. I was just super stoked. Let's see if it has my if it talks about like when I playing since. Of course not. It'll be under records, so under trophies. Like it'll say consecutive login days or something like that. Which I missed a couple, so it's really a little more than this. It's probably 1,000. So, yeah, I'm getting close to playing for 3 years. Because it was right before the anniversary. No, it was a decent amount of time before. It was like in May or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, so got really into this game. Played it, had a few friends that played it. We would just share different things that we had accomplished or pulls and stuff like that. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. I was having a really good time. Had some stuff happen. And I was pretty much the only one playing it. And I was just watching Howls and Clake and there's one other guy. He doesn't do YouTube anymore. I'm totally blanking on his name. Evil Laughter. I watched X. And that was pretty much it. There was also there was one more. What's that guy's name? He played JP, and he was I'm totally forgetting his name. Oh well. He was cool because he had some he would always talk about JP, and he lives in Japan, so that was interesting. Man, I can't remember his name. He's playing the tactics game, I think, right now. He stopped playing Brave Exvius. So yeah, so I was always watching them, listening to what they had to say, and I started becoming more and more interested in different units and team compositions and what I could do with certain things. So I don't know. Started just spending money here and there, getting into the game. Got really great gear. Would get lucky a lot. Last year I was extremely lucky. I'd spend 25k on a banner, 25k lapis, and I would I'd either get this team or I'd be one away from it. I'd just have the most busted pulls. And I really wish I would have been recording back then, because I was the Sid banner, the Charlotte banner, the Summer Fina and Lid banner, Esther. I think I pulled 3 Esthers or something like that, but I was just put left and right, Rena. I was just doing crazy well, and I was just you know what? I need to make a YouTube channel to and I want to do guides, because doing this YouTube channel was partially inspiring, trying to motivate me to clear content. Because I was I'm still behind on clearing content. There's some that Indignant that I haven't done. I was caught up on Vengeful, but I haven't even played the Lantern guy yet. But yeah, it's been a really cool game. I've really enjoyed it. I enjoy talking to the community about it. I mean, everyone gets salty occasionally. I mean, I got salty with that whole debacle with the daily bundle that they did, and then they backed up on, which that's still crazy to me. I think they messed up. I think that was too good to be true, which stinks, because I mean, I don't know, you have a million people spending $28 in a month. That's I don't know. I just feel that's totally worth it, because you're not losing any money on that. Sure, the people that spend a lot of money might be spending less, but you're getting people that never spend money spending money. So I don't know. But not to end on that note, I've really enjoyed everything about this game. I have pretty much all my favorite characters. There's not a character I don't have that I mean, there's some 7 stars that I don't have access to, Leela. I don't have her 7-star. I've always wanted that. I want to make a Dragoon team, but I'm missing a Duke. I pulled a Toning Dragoon Kane recently, so now I have him 7-starred. But Roberta, I only have one of her. And I've had that one Roberta. I've had that for a long time. She was on my OG team way back when. My OG team was her, Frivia, Lunera, Lauren. Like, it was not like a real team. Like, it was just like random units. I never had I didn't have, I didn't even know like what the function of a tank was for a long time. You didn't really need it back then, for a lot of stuff. And then like the 3-star Esper trial started coming out, and it's like, yeah, you need you need a tank, you need a full evade tank, you need like all this elemental resistance, like there's all that stuff coming into play. But yeah, so that's pretty much my story. I plan to keep playing this game till it dies. I mean, I've put enough money into it to definitely warrant that. That was pretty dumb to put to play and dedicate as much time and money into this game as I did and just like stop playing. There's occasions where I'm like, I want to spend less time playing it, just because like the weekly content's not as great. But this week coming up is pretty awesome. They have Item World coming back and a King Mog event, so you'll definitely see me running a bunch of weapons. I've got 4 STMRs that I'm looking to run. We got Daybreak. We got First Nirvana. I don't know if I'm ever run Black Trump. Not really worried about that. And we got Third Nirvana and the Jade Bracers. So got a lot going on here. That's pretty good. Yeah, so got a lot going on here. Got a lot to improve upon. I mean, shoot, I have a Serapia staff, like the best staff in the game, that I got after the last Item World, so I'll run that too. Not too many times. I'm not super concerned with that, but no, it's awesome getting to interact with y'all. Always leave comments and stuff if you want. Don't be shy. Like, comment, share, subscribe, whichever. I'm not trying to make money on this channel. I mean, if I make money, cool, but I'd rather just make it and help people out. That's my primary concern, because I have a full-time job. Like, this is just on the side, having fun. Yeah, so once again, this is the Counter Tyrant. I'm getting close to, this is my 85th video. Once I do the 100th video, hopefully I'll be able to do something special. So I'm gonna try to save up some resources. As you can see, I got 770 lapis. I don't think I have any tickets. We got the King Mog event, but last time they took the tickets away from us, so they put it as like event points or something silly like that. But yeah, hopefully I'm able to make something really cool for the 100th video. I might just make a video reviewing my favorite units in the game. I kind of mentioned some of them already, but until then, y'all, this has been the Tyrant. This has been the Counter Tyrant. Man, I just can't get that right lately. Y'all have a good one.